Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Let's Keep It Real. I'm back with another video. Welcome back, welcome back. Y'all, everything is alleged that we discuss, and it's solely and strictly for entertainment purposes. So, y'all, I just saw posted online that what's his name? Ricky Smiley, y'all. He done broke down crying. Now, don't ask me why he recorded why he was crying, y'all. Don't ask me why Ricky Smiley recorded himself crying, but he recorded himself crying, and child online, it is saying that he reported himself crying because, he wanted some attention. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to be insensitive and say what I think it is, but I'm just going to say what it looked like. It looks like that. Why is you doing this? Number one, because are you trying to get some attention? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying not to be insensitive. So I'm just going to kind of look at how other people are looking at it. That's why I'm going to go with this. So, of course, I seen this on Hollywood Unlocked. I seen it on a couple of other different sites as well. So it said that, he got online and he was recording himself. I guess he was in the studio, y'all. And he just automatically broke down, child. Let me let y'all listen to this because I was like, I didn't know what to do or say. I was just like, oh my goodness. Okay, so y'all know that was what's his name, Ricky Smiley crying, and they said he was crying on the set because I'm looking at some of the comments now. He was crying as he was prepping his coffee while he was on set or something like that. So I'm gonna read y'all. I'm gonna read some of these comments. The number one comment that stood out to me, hey Lexi, Becky Grinch, the number one comment that stood out to me was they said that I didn't know that Katt Williams said this. The interview was so long, y'all. Child, I don't forget half of what Katt said because he was just going on and on. They said that Katt spoke on his son's DEATH and called it a sacrifice. Now, I heard this a while back. Katt ain't the first one said it. It's a lot of people that was saying that. Now, this is what they were saying that was said online on the interview. I don't remember him saying that, but according to some of these comments, they're saying that that's probably what he was upset about, about his son being a sacrifice. And again, is this true? We don't know. Done a track in the studio. I seen the one that he done, Lexi. I was like, why? The Becky Grinch. I said, why did he do some kind of rap or whatever, track or whatever on the situation? Why didn't you just call out Katt like everybody else did? But he get on there and he done made some kind of little diss track, and it was corny. It was very corny, and I don't understand why he did it. But yeah, back to why was Ricky Smiley breaking down was what they were saying. What Katt done said, was it getting to him, y'all? That's what I'm just trying to figure out. Was his son really a sacrifice? Because again, how he passed and everything, it was heartbreaking. And I ain't gonna lie, I was making faces like he's out here doing interviews and talking about it. I know people heal differently, but I don't know. I didn't know how I felt about the whole thing. And I know he's in Hollywood and everything. So anything could be possible at this point. And what is you crying about? Because Katt Williams done let the hat out of the bag. You know what I'm saying? Because, his name used to be Cat in the Hat, but Disney made him change it. And he said he wasn't even making no money then. And Disney made him change his name. They're like, no, you're not going to use our name. So that's when he had to go back to just using Katt Williams, which has been a success ever since then. But, so again, they saying that he talked about his son and being a sacrifice, but was he mad about the fact that he was talking about him only being able to get roles and wearing dresses? Was that the true reason why he done broke down? Child, who knows? And Ricky Smiley, y'all, again, he is a comedian and he does stuff to get attention. So I don't know. It didn't look real. It did not look real to me. And the way you gonna be recording yourself stirring some coffee or whatever you was putting in it, and then people are saying Katt is saying the truth about these people. Yeah, I believe Katt's definitely telling the truth. He's definitely telling the truth because from what we've seen over the years about Katt Williams, he ain't gonna make up too much of nothing but his jokes. And half of them jokes, 99% of them jokes is real. It might be a small percentage that might not be real, might be just for fun, but most of the stuff that he be talking about is real. real life stuff, and it'd be funny, but it'd be true. So maybe Ricky Smiley is upset because he's bringing all of this out, and all these people that's coming out now that's being talked about in the industry, child, they on this Epstein list. Okay, truth be told. So is Ricky Smiley on this Epstein list, and he's afraid some stuff's about to come out about his behind? Because again, all of these people is on this Epstein list, and it's ridiculous. Every time you turn around, it's a new name coming out. And like Katt said, he was invited to these different parties, but he did not want to partake in none of this mess because he just didn't want nothing to do with it. And a lot of these other actors, actresses, comedians alike, they can't say the same. Like he said, he didn't get roles like the role that Ludacris got paying all that money. He didn't get that role because he wasn't agreeing to the terms. He wasn't agreeing to no activities that was something that he did not believe in. He went totally against. So he didn't get it, but Ludacris did. They said that Donald Trump's on, they said that Donald Trump was on the list, the Clintons, who else? I mean, the list goes on and on, y'all. I mean, probably anybody we can think of in Hollywood, they are on that list, and it's just horrible. They said Jay-Z, we know Puff Daddy, Sean Puffy Combs, or whatever he is on whatever day. We know he was on there. He's so trifling and low down. Allegedly, we don't know. Again, all this is alleged, and these are just opinions and rumor mill. All of this is alleged. But yeah, it's so many people that's on that list, and is Ricky Smiley standing up there crying because, hey, Betty, because he don't know what's about to come out against him? You know what I'm saying? Is that why Ricky Smiley really crying? Because people saying in the comments that he's still mourning the passing of his son, and that could be could be some truth and stuff to that. Somebody said in the comment, these comments are weird. These people hold no bounds after the public stuff with Katt, and it probably triggered the man. Hopefully he finds peace. I mean, it probably could have triggered him. Again, we don't know. I'm not going to sit here and clown him because I don't know. But again, Ricky Smiley, he is a comedian. He is an actor. So he could be acting, y'all. I ain't going to leave that out. I'm not going to leave it out. He could be acting and trying to pull the wool on people's eyes, but again, Katt Williams ain't gonna hear it. He ain't hearing it. Then somebody else said in the comments, I hate hearing or seeing our black men cry. My weak spot, I start crying. I know when men cry is deep. Girl, please, some men can turn it on and out. Don't be that food, okay? But like I said, I don't know why I think he's crying because some of the stuff that he was saying. Now, you know what I'm saying? Whether it be about his son, I don't remember him saying that because, like I said, the video so long, I forgot half of what was said. I had to go back and scroll through to try to listen and see if he did say it. And then I do remember the dresses, though. That's for some reason that's stuck in my head about him wearing the dresses, and that's the only role he can get is dressing up in a dress, and all of that. So I do remember that. Was he embarrassed? You did it, so it ain't nothing to be embarrassed about. Like when I seen Deion Sanders, y'all, when they showed that old video clip of him in a dress and he was gyrating on the stage with his microphone, honey, I had to look at him different because I was like, not Deion. Deion sold out too. Deion Sanders. Oh my God, I couldn't believe that. But people be digging up the oldest stuff when you in the industry. They dig up the oldest stuff, and basically they just put it like you don't get your fame and fortune, your riches and wealth without doing something. It comes with the cost. And I definitely believe 99% of what Katt Williams said, because he always getting on there clowning, but the truth that he be bringing out, it's one of them things where you be laughing and you be like, oh, okay. I didn't know he was going there with it, but that's how he does. That's how he does. He'll throw a little comedy in there, but it still be the truth. You know what I'm saying? So you can't help but to not hear it. So we gonna hear Katt talking about Kirk. Oh my good. I like Kirk Franklin, y'all. I hope he don't say nothing about Kirk Franklin, y'all. I was just, oh goodness. I like Kirk Franklin. He seems like a genuine person. So I hope he don't have nothing on no Kirk Franklin, y'all. I hope he don't have nothing on Kirk Franklin. But I seen Willie D earlier was talking about Kirk Franklin. I seen Willie D and I ain't watched the video yet, but I'm gonna have to go back and look at it. Willie D from the Ghetto Boys, he was on there talking about Kirk Franklin. I said, oh my goodness, please don't let him have nothing on no Kirk Franklin, because child, like I said, I like Kirk Franklin as an artist and, his music and everything. So that would just be really sad to hear. And like I said in my one video that I had did about Katt Williams, I said that ever since Katt Williams done came out, we ain't heard nothing about the TD. We ain't heard nothing about TD. He done disappeared before our eyes for some reason. It's like he done disappeared in the clouds, y'all. He done went up to glory, okay? Going up yonder, because we ain't heard nothing about him ever since, y'all. Distraction, distraction. You know, and I'm just like, where is he at? We ain't heard not one word ever since Katt done came out and done turned up. He done turned up everything upside down. I think the Shay Shay's video is at over 2 million views now. And I do believe I gotta go back and pull it up. That was hours ago, but 20 million views now. So it's probably higher than that by now. Because he broke the internet in 2-3 days. He broke the internet. Now I understand there's other content creators on YouTube that get really, really high views as well, but that was a lot for just the first couple of days of it being out. And then I'm looking at somebody else that said, what did he say? Oh, okay. Somebody else said, I can't imagine his pain, but I sure can feel it. And that, you know, this is related to what's his name, Ricky Smiley, you know, crying and everything. I'm gonna let y'all hear it again for the people who just got on. I'm not gonna show his face, but I'm just gonna play, you know, what he was doing. Now, you know, like I said, I mean, does anybody remember if he was crying at his son's funeral? No, well, not at his son's funeral, when his son had first passed. Because I remember, I was like, Ricky's really holding up good considering everything that happened. I was like, he's holding up really good. So is he now breaking down again? Because, you know, I know that when you go through grieving, you go through different stages. You'll be doing good. You'll be doing great and moving on. And then you'll take a turn and you'll go back to the beginning, you know, like the person had just passed. I do understand that. So I'm wondering if this is what is going on. The fact that all of his stuff is coming out and then he's still mourning, you know, the death of his son and everything. And, you know, this whole Katt Williams situation is just brought a lot of stuff out. And he just standing there thinking about some stuff. Maybe he was going to get on there and was going to talk about something else, but then he got to thinking about things in his private moment in between, taking breaks while he's working, and just had a moment. So, yeah, I do understand stuff like that happens. I definitely do understand stuff like that happens. And it could be a cry for help, telling Katt to basically leave me alone, leave me out of this. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't built for this. You know, they want to be in this industry and, you know, make his money and live this glamorous life and get the fame and fortune. But when you want both fame and fortune, unfortunately, it comes with a price. You know, that's why I always say money over the fame. You know, I'd rather not even be known. You know what I'm saying? But some people want all of it. They want to be known, and maybe it's starting to catch up with them. It's beginning to be too much because everybody's got to pay the piper. When you out there in that lifestyle, that limelight like that, it's going to be a positive side. Everybody loves you. Everybody's there praising you, all your work. And then it's going to be a negative side. People going to be talking about you. They're going to be looking at you crazy. They're going to be they're going to be making stuff up. They're going to be having things to say about you, asking questions about you. So I hate to say it, but that's what comes along with it, especially in this Hollywood stuff. You got to have a strong, thick skin to be able to deal with all of the scandal and nonsense that goes along with being in that industry, you know. And I wouldn't want nothing to do with it. I wouldn't want anything to do with it because it's so fake and phony, and you know, and it's a lot to deal with, and it's just not for everybody. You know, if you one of those people who want the fame, then by all means. But if you're not one of them people who looks for that type of attention, then it's not for you. It's not for you. So maybe Ricky is having a moment where he's breaking down and he's realizing some of the things he might have agreed to, and now it's starting to come out as part of the contract. You know, because when you get into that industry, you got to agree to some things that you might thought that you could handle. Now that it's happening, maybe I can't handle this. Katt not playing with these people. He's not, honey. Speak on it. He is not playing with them, and it's coming out. And I don't think some of these people are gonna be able to handle it, because honey, Katt is ruthless. Do you hear me? He ain't speak on it. He is not playing with these people, and it could be catching up with him. It could be catching up. He's breaking out they dirt, and he ain't, like he said, he didn't say this, but he wouldn't be able to talk on people and spill they dirt like that if they had dirt on him. Let me just put it like that. Allegedly, he wouldn't be out there running his mouth if they had something over on his head. He wouldn't be. He'd be the last person to speak. But considering he is out there speaking, that tells me allegedly they ain't got no dirt on him like that to shut him up. They don't have no dirt, and that's why he's able to get out there and run his mouth like he's running his mouth and bringing these people to their knees. Here, he bringing them to their knees. And like I said, Katt been telling us for years how this industry has been, but people didn't want to hear it. They just ignored it, laughed it off in his jokes. Because like I said, he tells stuff exactly. His story never changed, and he would tell stuff in his jokes. He would tell us the truth in his jokes of how it really is, You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times we just listen to it and laugh it off, and a lot of times we'd be like, oh my goodness, what? What did he would say the stuff that will make you really, really think if you wanted to really know the truth. No one said he was lying, though. Nobody could get up there and say he was lying because he said it with a straight face, and he wasn't sitting there getting pissy. He wasn't getting pissy drunk to get it out. You know what I'm saying? He kept drinking on his little cognac and everything. He wasn't drinking it down, so it wasn't that liquid courage speaking for him. He was speaking on his own. Wasn't nothing impairing him when he got up there and spoke. He spoke and he told it, and people they can't stand it. I think that's why he's had a divorce. He had to divorce his ex-wife and marry a Nico part. Yes, because like you said, they all went and got with I'm paraphrasing this in my own words, allegedly light-skinned ugly women. Okay, that's basically what he was saying, because he was with that girl for years, and then all of a sudden he left her and then went on and got with this other girl, and child, she in it, she ain't going nowhere. Katt didn't stutter not one time. He didn't stutter. Very articulate. Y'all heard when he said he done read over 3,000 books. 3,000 books. He knows some stuff. He know the ins and outs. He knows the ups and downs, and he could really give us some history lessons on a lot of things if he wants to. But he chooses to go about it and use comedy as a way of educating us, which I love that art that he uses, and he puts it in that form to wake us up. That's what I love about him. He wakes us up in the form of comedy. But again, it's up to you if you can pick up on it, whether or not you won't hear it, whether or not you ready for it, because he's giving it to us raw and uncut. And unlike a lot of these other comedians, the stuff like he said, he writes his material. A lot of them don't write their material, so he's raw and uncut, and he gives us the truth. And everybody ain't ready for that. Everybody just ain't ready for that. That's why I love Katt Williams. Y'all, what's the one that passed? Oh God, hold on, let me look his name up, because he passed just about a couple of years ago. What's the guy that passed? Let me look it up. What's the guy that recently passed that's a comedian? And when I tell you, he was like none other. Oh my goodness, please let me find it. Let me find the black guy. He was a black guy. What was his name? And they ain't showing, Google ain't even showing his face. Let me put on her black guy. Black comedian. Oh, I can see his face with a bald head, got a bald head and wore glasses, and honey, when I tell you, it wasn't no Dave Chappelle, he's alive. It wasn't Bernie Mac. It wasn't, like I said, Dave Chappelle is alive. What is his name? I can't remember his name, y'all. It's going to come to me later. But anyway, he just recently passed. Here it is. Paul Mooney. If you ain't heard of Paul Mooney, look him up. Paul Mooney was another one. That man, he spoke so many truths in his comedy that, like I said, when you start laughing, you had to stop laughing, because you'd be like, oh damn, for real? Oh shit. Well, the stuff that he would be saying, that he would put out there, they said that the Illuminati had something to do with the reason why he's no longer here. That's what's being said. Look up Paul Mooney, y'all. Child, he's funny as I don't know what, but honey, when I tell you, legendary comedian Paul Mooney, when I tell you he was speaking some facts and some truths about that industry, it will make your head spin. And it was scary, because he was out years ago when a lot of people were still young. They didn't know nothing about the industry, how everything is coming out now. It wasn't like it before. Everything we heard and saw, we believe. You know what I'm saying? If the sun looked like it was green, we believed it was green. We wouldn't believe nothing else. Paul Mooney, he's the one that started bringing it out years ago, how the industry really was. And like I said, now Katt's doing it. Did you see the emblem Katt? Honey, Honey, I saw that. I saw that because I'm sitting here looking at his rings and that what you call it, that ship thing or steering wheel for the ship. I seen that woke folk. I seen that. I said, Cat is speaking us. Y'all, he's just speaking to us, and he wants us to see this and wake up. He wants us to know that everything that glitters ain't gold. What we see before our eyes, it ain't necessarily that. Okay, it ain't necessarily that. And wake up. And then them rings. I kept trying to look at the emblems on his rings, y'all, because I want to look it up. I said, I ain't no fool. Cat is very articulate. He is not no stupid man. And them rings on his fingers, on different fingers, baby, trust and believe that that stood for something. Those rings stood for something. And the fact that they were placed strategically on his fingers, that meant something, okay? Trust and believe. Cat ain't no dummy. He's far from it. Like I said, I may have to try to go back and see if I can figure out the design of the rings and look them up, and then the placement on his fingers. All of that stuff is done on purpose. This man is far from being a fool, far from it. And he done read over 3,000 books, probably more since the time he read his 3,000. Oh, he know what he doing, okay? Some of them could have been protection sigils on the rings. The rings could have been some form of protection, and then again placed on a certain finger on his fingers, and then like he said, the chain on his neck woke folk, because I kept looking at it, and I'm like, what is that chain? I said, okay, I seen the woke, and then I looked at it going up and down. I said, it looked like, I said, it is woke folk. So he letting the industry know, I'm not going for this. I ain't going for what y'all talking about, for none of this nonsense, and he's, we all got, I mean, there's always somebody in the history books, for lack of a better word of describing it. It's always that one somebody or somebodies that's there, that's going to put it out there to us. They don't care how life is going to go for them or how it's going to turn out, but their whole purpose is to wake us up and to let us know what you see before you is not really reality. That's what he's there for. He's he's definitely spiritually alive and woke. And like I said, he throws it out there in his work all the time when he be doing his comedy. And sometimes a lot of times it just goes right over people's heads. It really does. And he's out there spilling the beans on a lot of these comedians and letting us know that they sold out, allegedly, YouTube, allegedly, these just our opinions. We just assuming, and that these people done sold out. And that's basically what he's letting us know. And all these comedians that we love and look up to, and these different pastors and singers, he letting us all know, honey, the ones that you really like and really crazy about, honey, they already done sold out. They done sold out. When he got to talking about, you would have to shave off your sideburns and never wear that. I was like, what kind of dumb ritualistic type stuff is that if you agree to something, you can't do this no more, you can't do that, and then of course, you got to be with a certain type of woman. I mean, the rules is just ridiculous. Okay, it's ridiculous. We already see that with NBA players and football players. We already see what they do. So the other side with comedians, I'm like, the control is basically that control that they have over them. It's just ridiculous. And I don't know. I couldn't do it. I'm just like, the stuff that y'all be having these people doing is crazy, and that they be doing the stuff as well. And then guess what? When they finish with you and they done with you, they don't want nothing else from you, i.e. Diddy. That's the reason why he's having all these problems. They don't want nothing else from him. They don't want no more sacrifices, allegedly. They don't want none of that stuff from him again. They just like, we done use you all up. We done got all our use out of you. So now guess what they doing? They destroying him. And he running around crazy, trying to hide everything, trying to lead the country, allegedly, trying to lead the country and everything, and trying to cover his what do you call it, his tracks and stuff up. Now Danity Kane and Day 26 trying to sue him. I mean, Katt is just showing us that all of this stuff is just BS. He's just showing us that, yeah, you can get in the industry and make money and be famous, but if you want to be top tier like Steve Harvey and some of the likes of them, then yeah, you're gonna have to give up something to get it. And he's just letting us know it ain't what you think. It ain't what you think. So, and he doesn't want us to be caught up in thinking that these people are the be all to end all, our favorite rappers, singers, comedians, and all of that. He's just letting us know when Bernie Mac got taken out, They said he just passed from an illness and everything. That's when I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, this is sad. Because I used to watch Bernie Mac and I liked him as a comedian. A very funny comedian. And when he started spazzing out or kind of losing it, as they said, and allegedly, and he couldn't get with the program. You see what I'm saying? He didn't want to go with the program, and he just started speaking. And then after that, he was gone. He was gone. And same way with Paul Mooney, legendary Paul Mooney. If y'all ain't never heard of him, look him up. He will have you on the floor. But he was also very woke, and the stuff that he said, it would make you seriously think and wonder again. But this was before everything was coming out like it is now, where we can see it. He was telling it to us then when we wasn't able to see it. He was putting it before us and trying to wake us up. He got to talking too much, and then guess what? He was gone after that. I ain't gonna lie. When Paul Mooney was gone, I was hurt because I love Paul Mooney. He was legendary. And the only one that Katt didn't say nothing bad. Well, I don't want to say that he said nothing bad about these comedians. He just told the truth. So we can't say that it was bad. I believe both of them were exactly. I do too. Charlene Chappelle. I do believe that they were both unalived. I really do. And that's, like I said, when Paul Mooney died, and then Bernie Mac, that was very hurtful because you saw Bernie Mac on TV and online. He was unraveling. He couldn't, whatever he agreed to before, he couldn't go through with it. You get what I'm saying? He couldn't deal with that, and he couldn't follow through with it anymore. And, he wanted out. And, unfortunately, there was no way out. You know what I'm saying? He didn't serve his purpose. He didn't follow the instructions that he was supposed to, and he couldn't deal with it. And basically just got to talking. People were saying he was going crazy. No, he wasn't. He wasn't going crazy. He just couldn't follow through with what the rest of them signed up to do. He wasn't cut like that. He wasn't cut from that type of cloth. And unfortunately, he's not here because of that. And it's sad. That's why I said it's not for everybody. All of these ritualistic types of things that they have to participate in. Y'all heard Katt say it. He said it with his own mouth. So and he done seen it. And then have y'all seen the video of Jamie Foxx that came out where Jamie Foxx said it? Diddy, he been trying to come after him for years, and he was like, no, and blah blah blah, and he was trying to record him, and Diddy came after him. I mean, Diddy, they say the feds is on Diddy now, so Diddy ain't got too much time to be doing much of nothing because they owning him. It's his time. It's his time to shine. He done destroyed many lives, and now it's his time. It's coming back on him. It's just that simple, and ain't nothing that nobody can do about it, nor can anybody say anything because it's too late. Kim Porter has been unalived. That was very hurtful. Very hurtful. And then it was another girl. I don't want to forget about the other girl, but it was somebody before Kim Porter that was involved with Diddy. That was unalived as well. So we all remember Kim Porter, but it was another young lady that was unalive as well. And I don't remember her name, and I'm sorry that I can't remember her name. Hey, Queen Mama, and I'm sorry that I can't remember her name because I would like to say, who she is as an individual, so we don't forget that, she's seen a lot of things and try to come out with her own book to discuss what happened, and she was unalive. So, keep her in mind as well that, she basically wanted to let us know what was going on, and her life was taken as well. I'll be sure. So it's a lot of things that go along with this lifestyle, and Katt was just basically spilling the beans. And Ricky Smiley, I don't know if he's reached a point where he's like, I don't know if I can do this. I didn't sign up for everything like this. I didn't know it was going to get this bad or get this deep. He's probably to the point where he's looking at it like, I don't know if I can deal with this. Well, I'm sorry, but you signed up for this allegedly. According to Katt Williams, you did, but I'm just going to say allegedly, because this is rumor mill. I don't know for sure. But according to him, they signed up for this, and maybe now he's looking at it like, I can't do this. This is becoming too much. It's a cry for help. Please keep my name out your mouth is what he's trying to say. I don't want nothing to do with this drama, but it's too late. It's too late. You already caught up in this, and we know how deep the rabbit hole goes. It goes very deep, and once you in, honey, it's really like it's no getting out. You know what I'm saying? All of these artists, I'll be listening to Prince all the time. I miss Prince. I really miss him. Beautiful, beautiful music. I listen to him all the time. I have my moments where I listen to Michael Jackson, but Prince, I was like, and then Whitney, I play Whitney all the time, and it's just sad Yeah, he just needs to tell his truth. Exactly. And it's just sad. A lot of these great actors, actresses, and singers, they sold out. And then as a result, they're no longer here. I really miss Whitney. Y'all love me some Whitney Houston. And I listen to her songs all the time on YouTube. And when I see her, I'm like, damn, why did she have to sell out? Because that's basically what it was, y'all. And then Luther Vandross, he's passed a long time ago. So honestly, I really don't know what was the cause of, his pass. So I really can't say, but a lot of these other ones, we can pretty much kind of guess, if we really want to take it there. But yeah, it's a lot of them that you feel bad for, but they wanted that lifestyle and they wanted to live, bigger than life. So unfortunately, it comes with a cost. And y'all remember the guy from Fast and Furious? They said that was ritualistic. That passed. Hey, Callie, they said that was ritualistic when he passed. The Caucasian guy from Fast and Furious. I can't even remember his name. Paul. Yeah, Paul. Can't think of his last name, but I liked his acting and the way he passed and everything. That was definitely, ritualistic. And again, he was in that. So when you think about it, like I said, Ludacris, he's caught up in it. Tyrese, now I don't know about Tyrese no more. No, I take it back, y'all, because y'all remember Tyrese was on the red carpet and he had on that red dress and a blazer or something. When he had that on, that was ritualistic as well. Those are rituals that they were doing. I.e., the Jakes, when he had that red jacket on for his when he was on the stage and he was talking about what he didn't do and he ain't addressing none of that. All of that stuff is ritualistic. You see what I'm saying? All of that stuff is, we don't pay attention half the time because we don't know what we looking at. But when you start studying this nonsense and this mess, you be like, the stuff that they be doing in front of your eyes, it's like, really, you really insulting my intelligence, thinking that I'm that dumb, meaning us as people, that we that dumb, that we can't see. Paul Walker, that's it, that we can't see what's going on. They putting it right in front of us because, again, according to universal laws, they have to show us what they're doing. Whether we pick up on it or not, it's up to us. It ain't up to them, but they have to show us what's going on. And they do. So, yeah, Paul Walker, that's who it was. Paul Walker. And, how he passed, that was really sad. I was like, oh, my God, that was really sad how he passed, because he didn't deserve that. He didn't deserve it. Just like a lot of these other actors and actresses that, passed, they didn't deserve it. You know what I'm saying? I get that they wanted that life and, it looked good when they was offering these terms and conditions. But when it comes down to it in the end, no, who wants to go out like it? You know what I'm saying? Who wants to? I miss Bernie too. He was blowing up, but these people selling their souls for millions and are still still unhappy, battling, addiction, still having all these problems. Exactly. And it's like I said, it just makes you look at it like, is this really worth it? Because when you go into that door, they force you to pick a side. Either you can be partially known or you ain't gonna be known at all if you don't do this. So they go on and do it, not realizing that, you just signed the contract over to your whole entire being. And it's sad. It's really sad. But yeah, so I'm hoping Ricky Smiley can get through this. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Ricky Smiley's a bad person. I don't think a lot of those. Well, now I don't know about Steve Harvey, honey, because you heard what they were saying about Steve Harvey and how allegedly Chad, did y'all hear they say he tried to put, I forgot who I was watching this on. They say he tried to put some kind of root work on his ex-wife. That's why she was out there acting crazy and everything. And allegedly, again, I don't know this to be true. And he tried to destroy that woman. He tried to destroy her because she was not going down easy, and he was trying to destroy that woman. And that was, he tried to destroy a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? So she didn't go down kicking and screaming. She went out with a fight, and again, he basically just overpowered that woman. That's why she can't say anything now. She's like her mouth is like tied. I don't know if she signed an NDA, if he gave her some money or whatever. But they said that what's his name, Steve Harvey, he's something else. So I can't say, because some of the things that they've said about him, and it was another woman that he tried to destroy as well. Who was I watching it on the show? I can't remember who I was watching it on the show, but he was trying to destroy this woman as well because she was coming out talking about him basically. So Steve, he did his How many times he done been married? He did his first wife really bad. He did his first wife really bad. Left her with nothing. Took everything. But so I don't want to say that Steve Harvey's a good person, and I don't want to believe that what's his name, Ricky Smiley. I don't want to believe that he sacrificed his son. I don't want to believe that. It could be true because again, you sometimes they say you got to sacrifice somebody close to you. I would hate to hear that that's true. So I'm a just leave that alone. One thing Kat hit on though, it's in every industry. I see it as everyday 9 to 5 workers. When you're not part of that play to pay, you do live harder. Yeah, you do. You do live harder. You definitely live harder. Essie, that's her. That's her. That is her. That is her. That's her. He tried to destroy her. Yeah. I'm sorry. It was Essie, not his first wife. It wasn't her. It was Essie. He tried to destroy her. Yes, he did. Wasn't his wife. Now he did try to destroy his wife, but I think the root work he tried to put on Essie, not the wife, but he did try to destroy the wife, and he did destroy her. Essie was the one that I heard allegedly that he was trying to do the work on, y'all. Yes, that messed me up because I was like, Steve Harvey did all of that. But yeah, that is true that when you're not a part of that elite, then it's going to be a lot harder on you. It's going to be very hard, and you can be the most talented artist out there, singer, actor, comedian, and you just not going to make it because you wasn't willing to go on and sell that soul. But yeah, Essie is the one. I'm sorry, it wasn't the wife. It was Essie, the one, because she was coming out with the dirt on him, honey, and he was trying to comfort her. I just watched her the other night on some on whose panel was it? Storm and Rowe. I just watched her when she was on there, and yeah, I said, oh my God, he was something else. So I can't say that about what's his name? Steve Harvey. I can't say that he's this great person. I can't say that because how he did his first wife, and then according per out of the person's mouth, as they say, straight out of the horse's mouth, she said it herself. Essie said it herself what she was told that he tried to do to her. So we heard it straight from her. Period. So again, I'm gonna say allegedly, but I did hear her, and who was else? And Charlene, you heard her say it as well. So yes, because you remember exactly who I was talking about. But yeah, like I said, in that industry, it's just all what they call it, smoke and mirrors. Everything ain't what it seems, and whoo, y'all, and talk about some of the stuff that they be doing. No, ritualistic stuff. It's just like, who are you people? You know what I'm saying? Who are you? Ain't no way in the world I'm gonna be doing some of the stuff that I've seen on YouTube, but some of the stuff that they do and go through. Ain't no way in the world I would agree to none of that mess. And I'm like, you must be out your mind. I ain't about to do none of this here. Do I look like a fool to you? Do I look like that kind of a fool? That dumb that I'm just gonna go for anything? They know who to bring that nonsense to, and they couldn't do Katt like it. You see, they couldn't do him like it. Steve Harvey out here teaching women how to be a man, but his stepdaughter running around being a heartbreaking. Been a heartbreaker, exactly. Y'all still listening to him, chat? I don't be listening to no Steve Harvey. Now I'm not gonna lie. Before I found out how he was, I did listen to Steve Harvey, but now I see how he is. I said, he just like the rest of them. Again, pulling the wool over our eyes and wanting us to keep sleep and being sheep. He want us to be sheep. They want us to be sheep and flock and follow and believe everything that they tell us. They don't want us to question nothing. They don't want us to look up nothing, because if you question something and you look it up, then you ain't right. You ain't loyal. If you question some of the things that this pastor has been accused of, then you ain't of God. You ain't no good. Now, maybe I'm using my head. Maybe I'm using the sense that God gave me. Instead of just going by what I'm hearing, I'm looking it up and researching it myself. I'm using the sense that God gave me to use. Okay. He didn't give you a brain for nothing. He gave it for you to use it and pay attention to some of the nonsense out there. Katt Williams definitely wasn't lying. He should be further ahead than exactly. He refuses to sell his soul. He refuses to sell it. And everybody know it. Like he said, when he walk in a room, they put their head down. When he walks in that room, they put their head down, because he knows that he knows all the stuff that they done agreed to and that they done did in order to get where they are. And that's why they put their head down. He said he's the only one that can go in a room and they put their head down. Okay. And that's just period. Facts, point blank, period. Facts. Lori Harvey being child. They said she really. That's what they been saying. That's what they been saying. And I seen some pictures where online she was hugging on Diddy, and I said, why is she hugging on Diddy? Why is she? Why is this young girl hugging on Diddy? You know what I'm saying? Her mama should have snatched her up away from him fast. Okay, I don't want you nowhere near him. I don't care if you is grown. You don't get near that. You stay far away from that as possible. Okay. Ain't no way in the world she should have intervened with that because I wouldn't have. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Hey, Bree. Cat told the truth about everything but his drug use. Allegedly, I don't know. But Unc was definitely on to something at the Oakland show. See, I ain't seen him on the Oakland show. I might have to go pull it up and see if I can look it up and see what he's talking about. So they trying to say, well, they done said the cat's on everything. And, he said that, he'll have a drink, but he said he don't use any any substances that's going to impair him. He said he don't do any of that. I'm gonna have to go check it out and see that video. Do you know who her real father is? Her real father, ain't it that one, the one guy she was married to? No, it's the second one, not the mama's first husband. It's the mama's second husband, which was the cousin to the first husband. God, I watched that story. I said that woman is something else. I watched that story. She is something else. Okay, they selling. Yep, you right. No love. They are. They really are. And I thought her mama. I thought her mama was smarter than that because she knew how to go out and get it. Okay. Well, again, this is how I would have thought. Over on that the backwoods and stuff. I thought that's how she was gonna learn how to roll, but she don't know how to use it. She just being used up. She just letting him use her up. Lori Harvey, that's what they saying is that she's out there being sold to the market. And they said that they did Aaliyah like it too, y'all. They did Aaliyah. When I heard that, now that broke my heart because I said that girl was innocent. She was a baby. Meaning she was, she was, what am I saying? She was innocent. And the way that they had her in that industry, it was heartbreaking to know that nobody stopped it. Nobody said this is wrong. Nobody said, oh no, you're not going to do her like this. No. You're going to deal with these little ratchet things over here who's used to this and of age, but you're not going to do her like this. Nobody saved her and protected her. And then as a result, in the end, she was sacrificed, allegedly. You see what I'm saying? That really, when Aaliyah died, I remember when Aaliyah died, honey, everybody was in tears, okay? And for years, when her birthday would come or, the anniversary of her passing, honey, I ain't gonna lie, I got emotional because I was like, this girl did not have a chance. She didn't get a fair chance to live. She did not have an opportunity to enjoy life and live life. It was taken from her too soon. That whole thing about gone too soon, she was one of the ones that was gone too soon. And that sat in my spirit for years because it was very hurtful. When they told us that plane crash, chat, I ain't gonna lie, I broke down because that was very hurtful. Woo, that was hurtful, y'all. It still give me chills now because I could not believe that they did her like it. Couldn't believe they did her like it. And Damon Dash, he been messed up ever since, y'all. He has been messed up ever since. Because he said he told her if she didn't feel comfortable, but she still went. Y'all, they said that they forced her to go. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, Lenny Kravitz, they said Lenny Kravitz offered his private jet for her. He offered his private jet to protect that girl. And it didn't help. It didn't help. There was nobody there. Nobody was on that girl's team. All of them people that was in her corner, in her face, nobody was on her team, in her corner for real. That's the reason why she's not here. Somebody should have been on her team beside her and been like, no, hell no, I'm speaking up. No, we not doing this. Who the fuck are y'all? Y'all not gonna take her nowhere. We're gonna wait and we're gonna take a commercial flight where it's safer. But nobody was there to do that. Nobody was there to protect her. That's what hurt. Her death made sense to me. It never made sense. And it still doesn't to this day, And she definitely was. She way bigger than Beyonce. Y'all don't even want to know what they said about that, that because Aaliyah was gone, then Beyonce could rise. And I love Beyonce. And like I said, Aaliyah, she didn't get a fair chance. She did not get a fair chance. And that's the heartbreaking part of it is that, oh my God, I remember Princess Diana. Yes, I remember that in that tunnel. I remember that when they, and like I said, it's always the ones that are pure at heart and they just want to be pure. They just want to be loving. And guess what? Them are the ones that they always want to go after, of allegedly, the pure at heart. Again, because those are the biggest sacrifices, allegedly. YouTube, this is allegedly. So please don't interrupt our freedom of speech because this is allegedly and we don't know any of this to be true. We're just speaking on some of these artists that we loved and cared about dearly, and we are still missing them to this day. And it wasn't fair how they left. It wasn't fair that they didn't have people to protect them or be in their corner. And basically that's what we're talking about. Knowing Aaliyah didn't want to get on that plane is the worst part. She didn't want to get on it. She knew there's some. Again, when I told you when we was talking earlier, y'all said your spirit lets you know. Her spirit was letting her know this ain't right. This is not right. And they made her get on there anyway. They made that poor baby get on there anyway. She was such a beautiful girl, and she always talked so soft and sweet. And when she got with Dame Dash, I was like, I hope he's gonna treat her good. Because after the R. Kelly situation and everything, I was like, I hope he's gonna treat her good. And looks like he was. And man has been tore up about it ever since. He has not gotten over it, and I don't think he's gonna ever get over it. I don't think he ever will. Nene, yes, that was correct. I don't think he's gonna ever get over her, just like the rest of us. But may her spirit rest in peace. Because yeah, that was sad. He's finally moved on and he married that girl and had kids with her, but he definitely keeps Aaliyah in his heart every day. He did say that. And so I'm like, okay, at least I'm not saying her family didn't love her, and that's a whole nother story because I heard some things on the internet, on videos about her family and her uncle who got her in the industry and everything. So I don't even won't go there because I was like insurance policies and all of that. So I mean, greed will make people do anything. And again, it's horrible. Greed will cause people to do anything. I'm so happy that I'm not in the industry. It seemed like the industry does, but it seems like it's very, very not caring, the fact that one's doing good and helping others. Exactly. I love Princess Diana. She loved helping children in Africa. Exactly. The atrocities that's happened over there to Africans, period. And she was what do you call it, a humanitarian. She was a humanitarian. She wanted to give back. And it's a lot of people who got money and status and they don't do nothing, honey, but go shopping and do everything for themselves. But she was one of them people. She wanted to give back, and you could see that she genuinely cared. That's why her son, what's the one with the red hair, the one married to the mixed girl, he's just like her. The other one, he's like more like his daddy. But is it Prince Harry? I think I don't know which one it is with the red hair, but he was the one that was more like his mama. He has his mama's spirit of being a humanitarian, going over to Africa and working and stuff. We see him do a lot of those types of things. That other brother, we don't see him doing much of none. So he more than likely like his daddy. But that other one, he's like his mama. He's just like his mama. That's why Prince Harry. That's the reason why he can't be over there with them folks, because he see that they ain't right. He see that they ain't right, and he don't want no part of it. You see what I'm saying? And he knows, like, it came out years ago, they started learning about what happened to their mama, and it just didn't sit well with him. That's why he didn't want to be there. Then when he got married to Megan, and then how they treated her like a dirty dog up in that house, he like, no, you're not gonna do her the same way that happened with my mama, and do my kids in your kind of way. That's why he got up out of her. So kudos to him for getting up out of there and protecting his wife and his children. That's what's most important. She seems like a very sweet woman. She had a beautiful heart with everyone. Exactly. And you don't get that nowadays. You don't get people who have a humanitarian spirit all the way around, meaning they don't see nationality. They don't see the color of your skin. We don't see that like we did with Princess Diana. We don't see that in today's times. It may be a few people like that, but that's not something that exists anymore. So that's why people loved her and cared about her, because of who she was. Her light shined really bright. And the society we live in now, it's designed to keep our spirit dimmed down. It's designed to keep us from shining bright and being those vessels of a beacon of light. That's the way it's designed now, and it's really sad. So a lot of those types of people, that are like that, they don't last. They don't last too long, y'all. y'all. They don't want them kind of people getting known and helping people. They don't want them around. People just don't just do anything for money because I just can't understand how Bernie Mac's wife let Steve Harvey host that man's funeral. No, mm, 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 mm. That is so sad. That is so sad. I didn't know he hosted the funeral. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know he hosted it. I did not know that. Maybe she was still in denial of what was going on. I don't know. I'm not going to even try to make up no excuse because I don't even have a clue as to what that was about. I know how she went, did the race with the other moms for her kids. Queens don't do things like that, but that pure spirit, exactly, that pure spirited woman did, and it's not too many people like that nowadays. It's sad, but it's just not too many people like that. And that's how, the masses want it to be. The masses meaning the people that oversee everything, those certain names that we always hear about, the illuminated ones that we're not supposed to know that exist, that rule everything that we do and keep that mind control over us and music and everything. We're not supposed to know about any of that. It's crazy how he walked away. He loses all security except and Tyler Perry had to offer her exactly had to offer them Harry and Meghan help our own family turns the cheek. Exactly. That I couldn't understand because I'm sorry, but that's some of his money too. Okay. You ain't gonna sit up here and say I can't get none when that's my mother was up in there too. Okay. I am a part of that bloodline. That is my grandmother who did pass. So how they gonna take this boy's money from him? That never made sense to me. But when he left and how they treated him, that just gave him the answers to what he was feeling all along. They didn't come out and say it, but it just gave him the answers. They said that, honey, that what's her name? Kate Middleton, the one married to the other brother, they said she is something else and she was not friendly up in that house. They said she is something else. Yes, that is his birthright. That is definitely his birthright. So how you gonna take away his birthright? That's what never made sense to me. But he bowed out and went on about his business, y'all. It's always like that when somebody in the industry do something good, they find a way to destroy them. Exactly. That's exactly what they do. But yeah, I just wanted to get on here and holler at y'all a little bit about, this whole Ricky Smiley thing. And, it could be getting to him. Y'all really could be getting to him. And he don't know how to deal with it because he knows what he signed up for. And now that everything is starting to happen again, allegedly, maybe this is for entertainment purposes because none of this can be confirmed nor denied. But maybe he's looking at it now like I done messed up. He's having a Bernie Mac moment. Like I shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't have done this. They say she was very rude to that girl. Very rude, honey. And maybe he's just having a moment where he's like, I signed up for all of this and I can't really deal with this, y'all. And that could be what's going on with Ricky Smiley. But anyway, I ain't gonna hold you. I just want to holler at y'all for a minute and talk about that. And like I said, we ain't gonna never forget Aaliyah. We miss Aaliyah. I hate what happened to her, and maybe Ricky Smiley can find some peace because he gonna have to go through whatever because that's what he signed up for, unfortunately. But with that being said, don't forget to hit the like button, y'all. And of course, I'll be back soon with another video. Let me get on here, check around, see what's going on. I might be back a little sooner than later. I'll holler at y'all.